without your scarf.
Yeah, I don't wear
today.
it all the time. You know that. They don't know that, but you know I don't wear my scarves all the time. And besides, it's getting hot outside. Scalp need to breathe. You know what I'm saying? But I just, this is just me looking cute, hunty. That's all this is. But now I'm looking at our portfolio. It is down a bit, but we ain't take the dive that the New York Stock Exchange took, hunty.
Oh yeah, that is.
My gosh. So I just look at it like we blessed to have had some good picks. Ooh, because if we was all in the oil right now, our whole portfolio would be gone. You heard?
Yes. On another note, we will be taking a small break, and we'll be back on March 24th.
Oh, yeah, that is
okay.
Right.
Well,
All right,
let's get on into it.
Better check your portfolios, honey, because Monday was a brutal. Ah. Yes, it was.
Okay, all right. You already know whose turn it is to go first this week, hunty. Yes, the hair needed to breathe, you know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all like, where your rag at? Don't worry about all that. You're so nosy. Ugh. Anyway, no, I'm just serious. I'm playing with you. No, I needed my scalp to breathe just a little bit, seriously. And plus, I wanted to floss on, you know what I'm saying? Floss. Because it's getting that springtime, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let y'all know. Because I like to do it up every now and again, you know what I'm saying? But, quick reminder. Yes, we will be off next week. The next time you will see us is March 24th. So take that time at your leisure and go ahead and check out all the old episodes. Go back to episode 1, see how far we done come and all that stuff. Because, honey, we didn't come a long way. Anywho, there's so much coronavirus news all over the place. So I'm going to take a little bit. Man, gonna take a little bit. And, unfortunately, got some bad news in the news. So let me start off with the not so bad for some people. And I do say some. Anyway, so Dumpy in his White House was supposed to issue warnings to the elderly and individuals with weaker immune systems or anybody that has a compromised immune system not to travel. He did not do that, but the CDC and other officials have now, this is Tuesday, so as of yesterday, which was Monday, they have issued that warning to elderly people and anyone that's basically 60-year-olds and older. If you could limit your contact with, other people, please do so, because you are the most at risk of the coronavirus affecting you in a very negative way, okay? Like, you could actually die from it. Whereas if you're younger than 60 years old, yeah, you may catch it, but you're less likely to die of it. Anybody with a compromised immune system, or if you have a weak immune system, please limit your contact, just for your own safety. That's it. And, for God's sakes, everybody else, please wash your damn hands. You already saw the video last week. I'm not going to get all into that. Just don't be nasty. Like, seriously, come on. If you use the bathroom, go wash your damn hands. Don't make me go into it. I don't feel like it. So that. So this is my own little take. Y'all can take it how y'all feel. But it seems like the coronavirus is after President Donald Trump. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed that. So they talked about Ted Cruz was in contact with a person or a participant of the CPAC event that Donald Trump was actually at. And now Ted Cruz is going to self-quarantine himself because he had direct interaction with that person, according to USA Today. So he's going to self-quarantine himself. But it seemed like everywhere Dumpy goes, here come the coronavirus popping up. Like Florida. I wouldn't be surprised if it was at Mar-a-Lago, okay? And now it's in D.C. He be in D.C. and New York. He's been in New York. But seemed like everywhere he go, here come the coronavirus trying to hurry. It seemed, to me, it just seemed like the coronavirus is chasing his ass. And I guess that's why he don't want to stay in one place for too long. But anyway, but yeah, so that's just my own little 2 cents on top of that. But yes, at a CPAC event, which was attended by President Donald Trump, there was a participant there that tested positively for the coronavirus and had direct contact with Senator Ted Cruz and all of that. So y'all just be careful out there, especially y'all 60 and ups, okay? I got people in my family that's 6 and up. I don't think that they're at risk. I mean, granted, yeah, I got some of them in my family too. They probably more at risk than the other people, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, moving on. Oh, excuse me. It's hot, honey. I mean, at least where I live, it's starting to warm up. And I appreciate that. That's why, you know what I'm saying, I'm showing a little skin. You saw it in the intro. Anyway, so I already covered that. Mandy's gonna cover that. Let's see. All right, cool. One little quick thing, because I know she's gonna talk about this. She's gonna talk about the stock market. I'm gonna let y'all know something. If y'all had more interactions with the middle class and what y'all consider the lower class, because they ain't low class by any means necessary, okay? Y'all would make better decisions on what you're actually investing your money in. Time and time again, you see protesters on the ground where they talk about how they're trying to have big corporations, big banks, and even the government to divest from the oil industry and to stop the expansion of oil production. If y'all would have listened to the protesters, that's regular people on the ground, y'all wouldn't be having this free-for-all in the stock market right now. I'm just saying. I'm gonna let her do it, but I'm just saying. Okay, my last topic, this is a sad one. Speaking about an innocent man that was put to death by the state of Alabama. The state literally murdered this man. His name is Nathaniel Woods. He was murdered on Thursday, March 5th, 2020. He always maintained his innocence, even until his death. The person that actually stated, if you don't know anything about this case, let me quickly sum it up. So a man by the name of Nathaniel Woods was wrongly convicted of the murder of 3 police officers. The man that actually did it, his name is Kerry Spencer. He confessed to the murder of those 3 officers and stated that he acted alone. Yet, the state of Alabama still put Nathaniel Woods to death. This is a travesty. This is a miscarriage of justice. And Alabama and anyone else that did not free this man, you got blood on your hands. Every last one of you. So the simple fact of the matter is Kerry Spencer will most likely not even be put to death for the murders of these police officers. And again, I've already told you guys, I am not anti-cop, I am anti-bad cop. So I don't know what fully went down, but the fact that you murdered, the state of Alabama, you murdered an innocent guy, and the guy that actually committed the murders of these police officers, he's just gonna spend the rest of his life in prison, but you killed an innocent man, and that ain't right. The families of those police officers, I pray for them, but I pray even more so for Nathaniel Woods, because he's an innocent man, not only wrongly convicted, but also killed by the state. It's a damn shame. All right, that's all I got, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Girly. Take it away, Mandy. You know I love you. Bye. Well, thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of Nice but Feisty. I am Mandy Nice, and I'm going to get right into my topics. I'm going to speak about what we alluded to in the intro. So, according to NPR, stock indexes tumbled so fast Monday that trading on the New York Stock Exchange halted temporarily for the first time since October 1997. The Dow Jones Industrial Average loss was 2,013 points, as fear grew over the economic impact of the corona epidemic. So, NPR reported that this is all in connection to the coronavirus. And since I'm updating on corona, I'm going to try to lump it all together just to get it all out. So, according to NPR, the oil price war comes amid increasing fears that the coronavirus will hit the global economy hard as factories shut down, travel plans are canceled, and spending grinds to a halt. So let me address the factory shutting down. Samsung, which is pretty much a tech giant, you can really kind of say that, because they make things anywhere from TVs to telephones, along with refrigerators and all types of stuff. They make a lot of things. But they have closed one of their factories in South Korea. So when this is a great concern, and we can clearly see that the Saudi, in this case, these prices that they're trying to discount themselves is because that they feel like they're going to get hit in other areas, which is most likely true. Travel plans are being canceled. We see that all over the place, along with, noticing that Italy has quarantined its people. North Italy is pretty much on lockdown now. That also includes the Vatican in Rome, and it has closed its museums and the Sistine Chapel until April 3rd. They may have to actually extend that, because I don't think it will be the virus, or the coronavirus will be completely contained at that time. So they may want to move that deadline back. Along with, all the travel that people normally do just for business is being shut down as well. You can clearly see that, this is not just one isolated place that's, having these issues. It is global right now. It is basically a global pandemic, although it's not as bad as others, I suppose, based off of, historical evidence. SARS at this point was killing more people. And the coronavirus is a relative of SARS. So along with when this article speaks about spending grinding to a halt. So we can clearly see that is happening because of these quarantines. People are not able to go out and spend the type of money that they were spending prior to. We can clearly see that in the United States of America, if anyone knows anything about Reaganomics, aka trickle-down economics, we can see that when you put all of the wealth and let the wealthy control all the resources, that when something happens to the general population, which is a lot bigger than the 1 to 3% that have a lot of wealth and a lot of money, they're not able to spend in the kind of way that would keep an economy going. Most uber rich people, they don't ride on planes. They don't care because they have their private jets. They don't ride on, cruise ships like that because they have their own yachts. So when we put it in the context of what's really going on the ground level, you could see why this type of crash would actually happen, because the most wealthy that own or either control all the resources are not spending, or they are not utilizing those things that have been given to them. Thus, when you see the middle class or the lower class going into a panic, is because they do not have the resources in order for them to just basic everyday living. I think this truly is a case for, universal health care. And I think that if people were less fearful about being able to go to the doctor, having to pay for it, some of these things would mitigate themselves. If a person who is fearful of getting the coronavirus could actually go to a doctor, get tested, get a negative result, then they're not going to care. They're going to go out and do their daily living, blah, 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 and spend their money. But when they cannot afford it because you've given all the money to the top, then you have a halting in spending. People are going to stay home. People are only going to want to be around their family members, parties, all of that stuff that affects other things. So, which to me sets a case against Reaganomics, aka trickle-down economics. This is now the proof of this 40-year experiment that trickle-down economics does not work. It doesn't work. So anyway, going on to the fact that China had a hotel that they were utilizing as a quarantine site has collapsed, and approximately 80 people were trapped inside. 10 of those people are dead and 23 of those people are still missing. Some of these things show that, And as much as people are saying, oh, they've got it under, under wraps, they don't. It's still not contained. And then the quarantine sites are now collapsing. That doesn't show proof that you've got it totally under control, which is another reason why you can see that there are issues, containing this virus and calming fears. People are not actually acting irrational. They're actually acting based off of what they're seeing around them. So that's, you can say that people are acting crazy, but if they're seeing their family members die or they're seeing them overly sick and they can't help them, they're not acting out of an irrational fear. That is what's happening in their life. I think that's all that I have. Well, that's all I have. Thank you. Bye-bye. Well, thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of Nice but Feisty with Mandy Nice and Tasha Feisty. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Have a good one. Oh, and one more thing. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, yeah, and share that.